To make my own wellness tea. First, I like to use turmeric, fresh. I add onion, preferably a purple one, garlic, a whole head of garlic, ginger, oil of oregano, green apples, lime, lemon, and orange, cayenne pepper, and if you can't have the cayenne pepper in powder, I suggest a cayenne oil, apple cider, and cinnamon sticks. Boil your water. Add a couple of cinnamon sticks. I chop the onion into fours, then add that to the boiling water. I peel the turmeric, and we take off all the peel so that all the skins won't be floating in your tea. Then I also do the same thing I did to the turmeric, to the ginger. I also peel it. I don't like all the skins to be floating in my water. And as you can see from the turmeric, it can stain your hands. So if you don't want to stain your hands, make sure that you wear gloves. This is how the ginger and the turmeric will look after it's peeled. Then I get the garlic, clean it out, and I'm going to actually use the entire head of garlic. Now I chop up garlic, ginger, and turmeric. I prefer to use the root of turmeric because you don't get that bitterness of the powder, but you can always use the powder to do the, you can still get the same effect, in other words. That's what I'm trying to say. And then I'm going to chop this up and I'm going to add this to the water. The water's been boiled and I added the cinnamon sticks and the purple onion. Now I'm going to add the turmeric, the ginger, and the garlic, and then I'll turn it back on and I will put it to boil again. Then I have my 2 apples and I slice them up and I'm going to add them to the water. This will simmer for about 20 minutes or so, or until the water starts boiling again. Once it's boiling, then you reduce the heat and you just let it stand for about 5 minutes or so. Another thing that I like to use is this honey, Manuka honey. It's really good for colds, for infection. It's good for immune system, for anything really, but it's kind of like a medical thing that I usually use for my kids when they have colds, when they have coughs. So I like to add this into my honey, for my tea. And I use it about this much, and I just dump it in there and I just let it dissolve. And like I said, this is good. And you know, I buy this at Whole Foods. I don't know where you can buy it, but this is where I buy mine. And they have active 16, they have active 20, they have active 15. It's up to you. That's just bio place. So do your research on that. It's a really good honey that I recommend for everybody to have when they're sick. Colds, flus, whatever, viruses. Okay. That I also like to add is echinacea. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I had a stroke, so that's the best that I can do. But this is for the immune system, and I like to add this when they have colds, coughs. It helps for the immune system so they can get well. That's all. One more thing that I forgot to say, I add the apple cider vinegar to my drink. I add 1 teaspoon to it, and it's good for colds, for high blood pressure, for cholesterol, for diabetes. I've been drinking this, as you can see, on a daily basis, and it's helped me. Do your research. It's really good, and it's good for your health. Okay, so now I have the tea. It can be served either hot or cold. And then I just squeeze some lemon into it. I squeeze some lime. I squeeze some orange. And then if you want to sweeten it, you can add the maple syrup. I don't like to sweeten them because I just don't. And then I add either cayenne pepper, or I add the cayenne drops. I add the drops. It's 30 drops, and I kind of know it's already measured like this, so I do the 30 in there, and then I add the oregano oil, and this is just 4 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's enough. Okay. Same thing for the cold one. It can be it could be drunk. You can drink this as like a water. So I just usually put it in the refrigerator and I drink it throughout the day. Squeeze the same thing. And do the same thing to both. Has the same effect. It's good for your heart, cholesterol, high blood pressure, cancer. As you can see, the uses is for really everything. It's just the well-being. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Okay, and for the cold one, I do like to add the cayenne pepper, the powder one, but I already added the cayenne, so I'll just go for that. And that's basically what I do. Either it can be cold or hot. So that's a well-being tea. Thank you for watching my tutorial.